What is love bombing? Did you know that not only toxic narcissists, but also codependents use love bombing? Let's take a closer look at what love bombing is and who uses it. As the term already gives away, it means you being bombarded with love, which can look like constant attention and affection, phone calls and text messages all day, compliments and gifts all the time, pushing for huge commitment. Now, all of these things are not necessarily bad if you look at them, but when it comes to love bombing, the one biggest red flag is the speed at which everything moves. All of this happens within the first few dates you see each other, and often it leaves you overwhelmed, not able to catch a breath because the other person just forces their way into your life. And you let it happen because it feels so good. Common love bombing phrases are, for example, "I have never met anyone like you. My life is finally complete now that you are in it. You are my soulmate. You are the only person I want to spend time with. I have never felt like this about anyone before." Be aware that love bombing doesn't know any boundaries. They will say exactly what you want to hear or overwhelm you and be upset if you don't go along with it. Narcissists, of course, use love bombing to lure their victims in and gain control over them. But why do codependents use love bombing, and in what kind of situations? And we clearly need to differentiate here why narcissists and why codependents use love bombing. And again, for narcissists, love bombing together with mirroring is a way to fake a deep emotional connection extremely fast and get emotional and mental control over their victims and make them dependent. For codependents, on the other hand, it comes from a deep internal fear of rejection and not being good enough. They want to be perfect for their partner and try to do everything right and keep their partner to prove their worth. If you are a codependent who has used love bombing before, you need to understand that these deep internal feelings of not being good enough and this deep fear of rejection is something within you that you need to work on and heal. This also makes you prone to fall for toxic relationships and narcissists. It doesn't matter what the intention behind love bombing is, it's always unhealthy. You should always take your time to get to know someone. Think about it. You potentially want to spend the rest of your life with that person. Take at least a few months to really get to know them on a deep level and see if everything actually works out. And for that, it's also important that you know what you even want in a relationship. Now, of course, this can change over time, but often people fall for love bombing just because they desperately want to be loved and want to be in a relationship. They love being loved. And if that is the case for you, you have deeper subconscious wounds that need healing. If you keep ending up in these toxic situations and toxic relationships, I highly recommend to watch this video over here, where I talk in depth about why that is and what inside of you needs healing so you can finally stop that.